You have, been singing, backgrounds, been doing backgrounds for some huge names.
My first touring background vocalist opportunity was with Willow Smith. With the Jonas Brothers call was even more just, I was just so grateful because Duckwrth had to cancel all our dates that summer. I don't even have to be the girl on the bill. You know what I mean? I can be in support to someone else and the gift will still make room.
You were on a project with Daniel Caesar as well.
The song is called Sins of the Father. It's absolutely a beautiful song.
And you also had a chance to be a part of some NPR Tiny Desk concerts as well.
The first time I did it, it was with my girl, Mariba, and my friends. We did one with Duckworth at home, like a tiny desk from home during COVID.
Okay.
Jessie Reyez. Incredible talent.
Yes. You also had a chance to perform at some iconic venues like the Hollywood Bowl, for example.
Girl from LA, Hollywood Bowl. With Inglewood SIR, who's one of my favorite songwriters, like one of my favorite R&B artists. I did the Forum with Duckworth. I got to do Dodger Stadium.
Wow.
With Jonas Brothers. It's like, I don't think people even get to sing at Dodger Stadium. Yankee Stadium was our first gig with the Joe Bros.
That's crazy.
Madison Square Garden. Just to be playing in an arena at all.
Let's back up to the Kanye West Sunday Service. How did that happen?
You never know.
She's toured and sang with the Jonas Brothers and been on projects with Daniel Caesar, The Game, and many more. Just Liv.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. How are you?
I'm blessed.
Yeah?
I'm blessed. I'm grateful. I got a lot of joy.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm great. Yeah, I'm happy to have you here. Excited to be doing this. I appreciate you coming. I'm just gonna go ahead and be real. We had done this once before.
Yes.
And we had some like technical issues. Technology be doing what it does sometimes. And you graciously agreed to come back and do a round two. So I appreciate you.
Glad to be back.
Yeah.
Shout out to the crew.
Yeah. Thank you so much. All right. So let's hop into it. You have, been singing, backgrounds, been doing backgrounds for some huge names. How did that all start? Or what was like kind of the first one where you remember you were like, oh, wow, I'm doing this?
Well, I remember the first one that I was like, damn, I'm doing this. That was like, it felt like a mess to me. For a rapper named Dreezy, and we did the Echoplex. So in college and just like growing up, I was a lead vocalist, in a band, like a soloist. So like there's an art to being a background vocalist. And just a lot of different nuances, and it's a skill to it. So I definitely had to learn that skill. But I'm gonna shout out a guy named Ollie Gabriel.
Okay.
Super huge, like a soul rock artist, a crooner, just a huge personality, and like singing background for him, I had to step my game up. His partner at the time, it was giving, you know what I'm saying? It was rolling. We were rolling down the river. Okay, I used to go to run before I did his show.
Oh wow!
And that was the first time I stepped into a certain level of choreography. I think that was one of the gigs that kind of really set the tone for me doing this in town. But we met at the Juice Joint, and I was just young. And he pulled me in. That probably was the first time I started to take it like more seriously, and also realize the depth of what it required to do the job well. So yeah, shout out to Ollie Gabriel.
That's what's up. We'll talk more about the Juice Joint later on. Definitely want to get into that because it's very cool community, dope vibes. So we'll definitely talk more about that. So you mentioned that was like the first one that kind of prepared you. What was next after that?
I guess I was just singing in town. That was like my first consistent gig, but like my first touring background vocalist opportunity was with Willow Smith.
Okay.
So that was like, I was been working in town for years. It's a long time just for, auditioning, just hoping to get to that position.
Didn't you do Sunday Service before that?
Yes. Same year, but Sunday Service call was like January 4th or something, the very beginning of 2019.
Okay.
But that was such a huge ensemble that a lot of requirements there too, but it was a completely different experience than the Willow gig. So like I did 6 months with Ye and the choir, and then I switched gears to Willow. And I really appreciate that being my first experience. I realized I almost was even spoiled in more ways than one, because it wasn't really a grind. Like, it wasn't like work your way up on that gig. You know what I'm saying? We were so well taken care of, and the ship was, you just like ran so well. I was an all-female band, and just the level of professionalism, musicianship, courtesy, and awareness, even like touring on a bus, like she set the standard so high. Everyone that I work with there set the bar so high of just like efficiency and like the blend between being a great musician but also being good people. Yeah, it was really a beautiful experience. And Willow was so hardworking. I'm like, from then to now, you can even see like her evolution. So I was grateful even to just see how hardworking she was. It definitely set the tone for my first being on the road for a month. Left the country, went to China with Willow.
Oh wow.
So I'm really grateful for that era. But I learned there like what it's like to be at the next level. Like show up and not know the music and like see what happens. Yeah. Even just the power of referral. Shout out to India Sean. She called me for that. But I was also able to bring one of my best friends on, and realize you called the wrong person. It reflects bad on you as well. So that was the beginning. Yeah. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago. I feel like I've been doing it longer than I have, but it's really, I guess, only been this is the 7th year. But I'm grateful. I've come a long way since then, for sure.
Yeah, nice. For sure. Right. Let's back up to the Kanye West Sunday Service. How did that happen?
You never know. Like, really, the whole cliche of it's not what you know, but who you know in this business is 1,000%. Like, I've never really went out for a gig in real time, got an audition and booked the gig. It's always been because someone thought of me, or I couldn't even have known that my name was mentioned in a room. And for that, I'm very grateful. But it literally was, I met a guy at the juice joint, started singing at his church. A man that was working at his church. How could I ever know that he's watching me and he's connected to the person who started Sunday Service with Kanye West? How could you know? I just randomly get a text message. And I recall feeling like I have nothing coming up this year. Like the wintertime for a musician, it's a lot of uncertainty, things die down. And so you're kind of just waiting for what's coming next. And I remember just waiting. I wrote a song called Big Time to encourage myself, like, your star is coming. Yeah. And then I get a random text, are you available? That was the way our text came. Okay. Are you available? And they'll give you the information. I had no clue what was coming for me or just what was on the other side of saying yes to that opportunity. It was just a random text. Thank you, Jonathan Coleman. Yeah.
And then so how was that experience?
It was a lot of things. Okay. It was beautiful. First of all, I've been listening to Kanye West since I saw him on Def Jam Poetry, like Bittersweet. Okay. So I've been listening pre-college Dropout, for real. So even to be in the room with someone you admire that much, and he was just so open, very vulnerable, open to us making suggestions, at the beginning. It was a really intimate setting. And it was, the purpose of it was to make his music more positive. So to be a part of that, like, evolution in his career was beautiful as well, and inspiring. But then it just became worship. And it was this giant ball of energy, all these beautiful individuals, who I got to grow with and learn from and travel with. Retention. We learned so much music every week. We were taught by one of the greatest, church and like well-known vocalists of the time. Like, it was hard. It was hard work, but it was great work. It was rewarding. And it was a blessing to be working on that level every week.
Nice.
So yeah, that was a life-changing experience.
Dope.
And financially, vocally, it just finally felt like I was finally in the echelon of the musicians I'm supposed to be working, or just on the level that I wanted to be working. It was the beginning of that, for sure.
Awesome. And the last time we talked, you were talking about a lesson that you learned from that experience, and it had to do with when Kanye was being vulnerable, as you were just talking about, and he was asking for suggestions, and you were talking about how you saw somebody step up and give the suggestion. You want to tell that?
He was open to like us giving input on like some of the rewrites. And I'm a songwriter, but I feel like I'm in this new space, and like not really as confident, and yeah, I saw Nikki just say it, like just say what she was thinking, like just trust her gut, just speak when she felt led to speak, or say what she felt on her heart to say. And next thing you know, she's went from being in the choir to being in the writer's room, and she wrote from that point on, just her role changed, and I'm sure many things in her life changed from taking that step.
Yeah.
So just kind of just to believe in yourself, not to hesitate, not to procrastinate. Like if you feel it, something's on your spirit and your heart in life, period, like you should just go for it. If you feel the nudge, like don't, like believe in yourself, just believe in it, follow the thing. Because I've seen her follow the thing and just how it opened up beautiful doors, and it trickled down to everybody else because her pen was crazy. Her pen is crazy. And everything, like, the majority of the things we sang that were altered came from her. And so it was cool to be there in that moment, to have actually witnessed like how she ended up in that position. I learned from that for sure. You just gotta go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so then you went on to tour with Willow Smith, and you said you went to China.
We went to China. That was our second. Yeah, we did like a promo run for like a week, maybe a couple of weeks. And our next gig was at 20 minutes in China.
Wow.
We were in China for 4 days to sing for 20 minutes.
Wow.
But yeah, that is just realizing like my voice could take me. I don't even have to be the girl on the bill. You know what I mean? I can be in support to someone else, and the gift will still make room for you to see things that you never imagined to see. I'm like China. Like it just wasn't on the plan. It wasn't on the list for the year. And yeah, since then, constantly, like, I'm going where? We're going where? That's kind of my favorite, like traveling. It's such a beautiful, you just learn by other people. I think it helps you have grace for other people, understanding for other walks of life, just gratitude for like what you have, but also to see, I think it just expands your palette for life, period.
100%. 100%. I was in the Dominican Republic, and I made a friend over there, and she was telling me how she would do like customer service for like some appliance company. I forget which one, right? And she was saying that, Americans, we would be calling and complaining about our dishwashers or whatever. And she's like, I've never even had a dishwasher. And that, like, for me was like, oh, wow. Like some of the things we complain about, and people, she's like, I never even had one. So like these are my dishwashers right here. And so that kind of put a lot in perspective for me. And so like, that's the kind of things that that can happen when you travel and see other, parts of the world.
The world, even the country, I'm from LA, so living other places, like leaving home, definitely enhance my perspective on a lot of things. So that's probably one of my greatest gifts, I think, from being a voice, is the places I've got to go and the people I've got to meet. And Yeah, the oceans I've got to swim in, and, you know, just little things like that. I'm very grateful for that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then, so you've also toured with the Jonas Brothers, as I said in the beginning. How did that one come about?
A friend, like a girl I sang with before in LA, you know, like, I don't know if this really correlates, but they say there's no small parts, only small actors. I feel like that with gigs as well. You know, like, yeah, I was singing background for my homeboy and to do Hotel Cafe, and the girl that I met singing background for him, like, you don't know that 3 to 5 years after that, she's gonna call you for one of the, you know, the biggest calls of your life, you know? So treat people well. Always take the job seriously. You know, like there is no call really is bigger than the other because you don't know who it'll put you in front of. You know, you don't know what you'll learn. You don't know how it can, like the pedestal it could put you on, you know?
Yes.
So yeah, just it really be like that.
Yeah.
And with the Jonas Brother call was even more just, I was just so grateful because Duckwrth had to cancel all our dates that summer. So it went from having a full schedule that summer, we're supposed to be hopping around and doing festivals overseas, to we're not going. Like, you know, things change.
Yeah. And
like 5 days later, you know? So yeah, perspective, just keep, it's crazy. This is a faith-based career, which sometimes is scary because you don't, you know, the inconsistency, you know, the not knowing, but something always comes. But I think more so I've learned like just to maintain who you are, not just the vocals, not just the appearance, but try to be a gift use your gift, but try to be a blessing to the environment because you don't know how it can come back how it comes back around, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
Absolutely.
was crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you totally never know what's going to happen. I mean, I think that's a testament to you and how you show up each and every day, that, you know, these things keep coming to you because if you weren't showing up, like you said earlier, like positive and treating every gig like it's a big deal because you never know. Like, again, like you said, you were doing Hotel Cafe. Like if you would have just,
which was beautiful.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not to scoff at something 100%. Because it's not an arena or you know, it's not the biggest room or the person who asks you, you know, for your support. They might not be the person that everybody knows,
right?
You know, but if you could partake, you know, perspective is important. So yeah, I'm learning that. Also, I got to catch myself sometime, like. Why are you complaining? You're singing. Someone's paying you to sing today, girl. Get it together. Tuck it, you know?
Earlier, you mentioned something that I wanted to circle back to as you talked about retention and learning music. And you said something earlier about show up and don't know your music and see what happens. And so was there some specific incident or something that you learned? I think you alluded to this last time we talked.
Yeah, it didn't happen to me. But like that's a curve that you hopefully don't have to learn the hard way. But like as a musician, like rehearsal is you're being paid to rehearse. So you're not coming there to learn. You might need to brush up. You might get some clarity. But to show up to work unprepared is like, then you won't have work to show up to.
Yeah, like rehearsal is not the time to learn.
Rehearsal is not where you learn the music. Yeah, you're supposed to come prepared. And unfortunately, I did see someone who didn't know that. It's not a lack of talent, you know, just a lack of understanding of what was expected of her. So it sucks when you have to see up close, you know, that unfortunately does happen, but you just got to learn. You just got to learn like, okay, I have to know. Sunday service was more so we learned a lot on the fly.
Okay.
So I don't read music proficiently or very well yet. So yeah, memory is everything. Retention is life. But in Sunday service, we were learning like 3 to 4 songs in a day, you know, or you know, having to turn them around in 48 hours and lock in. And so I think in that environment, I really started to challenge my retention, like try to get off book as quickly as possible, learning what things help me to remember best. So yeah, I keep a notebook. I'm an analog girl. I write everything down. I write lyrics down. But yeah, just, I don't even know where we went, where I started. But yeah, don't show up without knowing the music. And retention is life. Ginkgo biloba or something. Like, just find out what you need to do to keep that memory sharp.
Yeah. For sure. You mentioned Duckwrth earlier, and I saw a clip. I believe it was at a Duckworth show. I saw a clip online. I know Duckworth did a stretch opening for Billie Eilish as well, and I believe that's where this was. But it was a clip of you singing in front of, an arena of people, and you're doing, it was like a call and response thing. So like you're singing something and they repeat back what you sing, and like it was super cool. How was that moment?
Surreal. I look back sometimes. You just forget, what you've done. When I watch that clip, I don't even really believe that I was doing that every night. It started at a festival, like him just needing a water break. We had a really high energy show. Duck doesn't use auto-tune, no offense to anyone. And, it was very high energy, a lot of movement. The boy needed a water break. And the first time we did it, it was impromptu. And that impromptu thing that we did randomly at a festival in Florida became a thing we did every night. And we did it the exact same way. But there was I don't think I would have ever believed that I could get an audience that's not my audience. That didn't come to see me. A multitude of people, between like 15 to 20,000 people, to repeat after me. It's humbling. Like, to me, it's just like, what? Like that level of energy return, or, just people being receptive. And the clip, you can hear like giggles and joy. It's like, not people is happy. This is fun for everybody, because this is crazy to me. We're all having a good time together. So yeah, that level of engagement with the crowd in a room that size. I'm grateful that I've ever had that level of play, or of synergy, of reciprocity with people. And yeah, I just forget that it ever happened. So sometimes I go back to remind myself, like, you're capable of moving a crowd. Like, you're capable of getting people to listen or enjoy. Like, you're worth the time. So don't quit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It could be just foreshadowing for when you're doing it for your own shows,
Believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So just being around, the Kanye Wests and the Jonas Brothers and Willow Smith, and were there any things that you observed or learned in terms of like maybe common traits that they had, or things like that you feel like may have contributed to their success?
Yeah, there's no lack of belief in self in someone like Mr. West. But even with Willow, it's just like, what do they say? Like audacity over talent, but just, it wasn't a question of like whether something could be done, whether they were capable of doing something, whether it was worth a try, trying something new. I think the people that get the furthest just completely believe in themselves and their mission. And also just being decisive, knowing what you want. Like, can you really attain a goal, or can you really go after something if you haven't decided exactly what it is, if you don't have the vision for, the specificity? Yeah, I could say that about like Nick Jonas as well. Like, just seeing people know what they want, expressing what they want, and okay, if you can't do it, someone else will figure out how to do it. Yeah, I've seen some not take no for an answer. That's definitely a quality that I could say is a thread through a lot of people that I've worked with. Belief, or just like knowing.
Yeah.
but like I've decided on themselves for sure.
Right.
You know, there's no question.
Right.
So yeah, that's something that is impressed upon me, you know, has been impressed upon me often. Like, you have to know before someone else knows. Someone else can't believe in you more than you believe in yourself.
100%.
Or they could,
100%.
but it won't matter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's something I hear about, like, and Elon Musk too, like, in terms of a belief, but then also like not taking no for an answer. Like, you know, if he's wanting to, when he's like conceptualizing the idea for the Tesla, and people are like, nah, I don't think we can do this and that, and he's like, nah, we could.
Somebody could.
Yeah, we can figure it out. And so I've heard that too, like, about him. So like, yeah, I love that you mentioned that, of like, there's a will, there's a way, you know. And so yeah, it's like, if this person can't do it, okay, I'm gonna figure out who can do it, and we're gonna get this done.
Or you look at like rehearsal, and it's like, I'm gonna do it myself.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna do it how I want to do it. Yeah, that like tenacity, I think is really, the foundation of it is really just like self-belief, for real. That's something I'm still working on, like attaining the level that it should be. But I think more for me, it's even about like decision making, like being more decisive and driven by a vision. Like, if you can't see it, my people perish for a lack of vision, you know? So if you can't really even see it, then how could you even believe it? Like, do you know what you want? So yeah, working on that still.
Yeah.
To this day.
Yeah. But, you know, at least you have the evidence. Part of like believing is having evidence that, okay, yeah, I can do something. So when you are on stage, you know, in front of 20,000 people at the Duckwrth show, like, okay, you have that evidence now, and it's like, all right, yeah, no, I can.
Or even like just look back, like, well, like in my life, like I'm doing the thing. You know, there's still more levels to attain. There's still more to learn. There's still more to be done. But if I could have told my 14, 12, 9-year-old self, like, you're going to be doing this, or probably even my 20-year-old self, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to have been to this place. You're going to work with these people. You're going to have your gift. Like, I always knew my gift would make room for me. I've always repeated that and believed that. And from here, looking back, like, you know, hindsight is 2020. I shouldn't have a question about my capability, or like, there is no question of my capability. You know, just like, if you decide you can do something and you work hard enough and you are resilient and persistent, it's just a matter of time.
100%. And you also were on an album with The Game.
Yes.
Talk about that experience.
My call to come to the studio for that came after like one of my first days in Sunday Service rehearsal. So it was like a 12-hour day of singing. I'm really tired, like so tired. Like, can you come up to Paramount right now? I'm with The Game. Went up there, room full of like 30 people, full room. Like, can you get on this hook? And I just remember really feeling like just a little overwhelmed, you know, like need to feel grounded. And he just came over eating his burrito, like, hey, you got this. You know what I'm saying? Like, on some real LA shit, like, hey, just go on, you know what I'm saying? Just go on the booth.
And this is The Game.
This is The Game. J.C. Taylor. And so it went from just that one night, and it was a good session. The song came out cool, to us being there consistently. Like, I've never really worked on an album in that way with someone. He had like his writers that were always there, you know, the producers that were there consistently, a few musicians. And it was really a team effort, a collaborative effort. If I wasn't coming, it would kind of be like, yo, where's Liv at? And then it felt cool to be, well, I'm Bro Livia. That's part of one of my egos. It's just who I am, Bro Livia. But yeah, in that scenario, it was one of those things, like one of the guys, you know, just being in there. I don't even know how many songs that I recorded with him. Yeah, I don't know. We worked for a good amount of time. And then Nipsey passed away. And we pretty much, like, I thought we had wrapped the album. And then it was really important to make something to honor him. So we went back in there to do that. I feel like we worked like from the top of the year, like into the spring. Well, Nip passed, I feel like April Fool's Day or something around there. So we worked into the spring, maybe wrapped it in May. It came out in November. I remember just feeling sad I was on the road because I couldn't really be there to experience the jubilance of like the release party and, you know, just being all there together. But I appreciate him. I really felt, I just feel like a part of a team. You know, I felt valued. And it was just a different experience. We were in there every night, you know, so it was like I'd work all day, like my part-time job, go sing wherever I was singing, and then be at the studio from like potentially like 10, 11 p.m. to maybe into the morning. So that was just a new rhythm for me to catch. Even just like how quickly songs were kind of getting etched out, being able to focus when things are not, the environment sometimes isn't necessarily just musically focused. It was, you know, at times like a real social environment. But I was very impressed by him. Like a first take, like kill it. Like he really is really great at what he does. You know, I don't know if people are like mentioning the game in their top rappers necessarily.
Right.
But like watching him work was a profound experience because he really is an MC. You know, like once he got in the booth, even if the verse was just written, you know, he got in there, he would kill it. First time, maybe even second time. And when you see someone that works hard like that, it makes you want to work hard for them.
Absolutely.
You know, I learned a lot of lessons from that time. As a vocalist, I don't know if I would do it that way again.
Okay.
You know, as far as like the amount of time spent. But yeah, I learned a lot. It was a great experience. I'm an LA girl, you know, so he is like a legend. You know, I was in college listening to the LAX album. Dom Kennedy was in there, you know, I'm from Leimert. So it was, part of it just felt like a little hometown pride was involved for sure. And it was a great album. It was a lot of great people on it, on the project, and musicians that I've loved in the past. You know, some I got to know. But yeah, I learned a lot about business, you know. Sometimes on the back end, you have to learn things the hard way as a singer.
What did you learn about business from that?
Well, I do know my time is valuable. But also, like, if you're a songwriter or you're a singer, like, you might not be, like, I wasn't contracted to come in and play in the studio or sing in the studio every day, you know? So just thinking about the amount of time spent, you know, did I monetize it properly? Like, you know, was it monetized properly? But also, there are experiences that are invaluable, you know, regardless of the monetary. So yeah, it's definitely a lesson for me that I've continued to learn over time about just the music business. You know, you got to be sharp. So yeah, I don't want to really speak too much on that, but shout out to Chuck Taylor.
All right. And then also you were on a project with Daniel Caesar as well.
And I mean, I'm grateful I got called for the session. Like, I don't expect him to be like, yo, yeah, that's Liv. You know what I mean? It's not really that type of situation, but shout out to Matt Burnett. He's become a good friend of mine. He was the music director for Willow Smith. So from my very first gig and I remember in those rehearsals asking him about like who was singing on this record and who was singing on this record, because I was obsessed with Daniel back then, like listening to him daily. So you fast forward 6 years, hey, are you in town? Are you available to cut this? I was able to call some friends to do it. The song is called Sins of the Father. It's absolutely a beautiful song. It's really enchanting song. And we recorded it in a room where I spent probably the most time with the game. So that's a cool thing too. It's just like, you know, being back in the studio, making new memories, being in a different space and time, working on a different thing in the same room. But yeah, that was huge excitement to me. I'm not even gonna lie, you know, because I've spent hours listening to him. And then, you know, admiring his gift and loving his songs. They've been with me in tough times. So yeah, that I was a part of that album. It feels, I'm very honored to say it.
Yeah.
Even if is your background vocalist, sometimes you're just coming in to sing what was already written.
Sure.
But we got to add our essence and just be a part. Like, it's really an act of service, I feel like, as a vocalist. Like, you think, that's how I view it, is definitely from a place of service. So I'm using my gift to assist whatever's going on in many occasions, or just give what I have to the project. So I was really glad to give what I had that day.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's really cool. And then you also have worked with PJ Morton, who, if folks don't know, he was the keys player from Maroon 5.
Yes.
And then also has his own solo stuff that is, it's really dope as well. So, but you worked with him as well.
I was in the choir for his Cape Town to Cairo live album. And thank you, Steve Epting. We worked together in the Sunday Service choir. So a lot of the people in that room, we'd recorded in that room before for Sunday Service, but a lot of beautiful synergy and like great energy, because we've done it before. I was blessed for that call. I needed to be working at that time. And it's a gift to work with someone or work on music that is positive, that is uplifting, that has depth. His project was written in like 30 days, from one tip of Africa to the other. And he's a beautiful, you know what I'm saying? He has a great talent.
Yeah.
Beautiful voice. Just a amazing gift. So just to be in the room with that many talented people, in a circle singing, I don't know how to really verbalize what what that does to your spirit, and so it had been a long time since I've been in the room with a lot of those people doing that as well. So it felt like a reunion. But there's this level of just like jubilance, and there's some beautiful songs on there. I gotta find a better word than beautiful. There's some gorgeous songs. One in particular is called Simunye. And the night when I'm listening to the record down to learn the music, like I probably listened to that song on repeat. I could just listen to that song for just like 2 hours. It was just absolutely beautiful. So it was fun. It was a fun time. And it just feels good to have something like that you can be proud of, on your resume, like to add to the list of things you've got to partake in. Yeah.
He's a super talented cat too.
And a kind dude.
Yeah.
Kind.
Yeah.
I'm grateful to work for kind individuals.
Yeah.
When you see them again, they show love. I am very grateful for those occurrences, for sure.
And you also had a chance to be a part of some NPR Tiny Desk concerts as well.
Yes.
I bet that was amazing.
It was. And the first time I did it, it was with my girl, Mariba, and my friends. Like, I met her in Chaos. I first heard her singing in Chaos Network in Leimert Park, just her and the guitar. So to see someone grow, like, I feel like you see them up close. My friends, Sam and Chris, Hella Strings, like they worked on the project, so it's like, that was the first time I did it, meant the most to me. But it was just like, it was huge because it was like, what, we doing Tiny Desk? But also to do it with people that feel like family, to do it with people that you've been like working and growing with over the years. That was beautiful. It was just, it's like a different kind of reward because you feel like you got there together.
Yeah.
That one, we did one with Duckwrth at home, like a Tiny Desk from home during COVID.
Oh, okay.
Jessie Reyez, incredible talent.
Yes.
Badass.
Yeah.
Kind, honest, like just, yeah. Doing hers was amazing. That was for like Latin Heritage Month. And so I know also had a special meaning to her, and she brought certain elements from music that she grew up with as well on there. it's a new experience because you're mic'd in a very unique way. There's no monitors. It's a small space.
Right.
So yeah, singing at Tiny Desk is a adjustment, or is you're just in the room. You know, it's very unique. You're also really in the office. You know, people definitely just leave their desk and come over and watch the show. Some people come in from in town. And it's like this teeny tiny museum. There's so many little relics and, you know, just things that artists leave behind. That's the part that's kind of cool. Just, it's such a unique space that they cultivated. I feel like the Tiny Desk concert kind of saved NPR in a way. And I think it's great how this intimate space has become such a huge platform. Because also you can't lie on Tiny Desk. You know, you can't hide on Tiny Desk. So it feels like kind of like an honor to have done it. Because people who do are like goats.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And how was that working with Jessie Reyez?
She is you see I'm smiling? That's how I feel. I have fond memories from being in her space, the times that I have been able to. She's my kind of girl. Like, she's writing her own songs. She's very genuine, you know, really authentic. She tells her truth, you know, she moves her body. I think she's a great artist. Like, if you were looking at someone to just see how their authenticity and consistency has like brought them to the forefront. She's also a published author. That's something I would love to do. I admire her a lot. Yeah. I have gratitude for her for more ways than one. She's also a very kind spirit and good people. She keeps her band, love her band. You know, some people just cultivate a great environment, a healthy environment, and you could tell it's love there because of the morale in the space. You know, shout out to Jessie. Yeah. Cool girl.
Awesome, dope. And then you also had a chance to perform at some iconic venues like the Hollywood Bowl, for example, which is crazy.
Girl from LA, Hollywood Bowl, with Inglewood SIR, who's one of my favorite songwriters, like one of my favorite R&B artists, hometown hero. So to do that with him was there like a double down of just like, what a beautiful day. What a great day. I love being there. I love the trees. It's one of my favorite parts. Just like, what? You're going to the Hollywood Bowl for the trees. Yes, that was beautiful. I did the Forum with Duckwrth.
Wow.
I recall that was like the culmination of one of his tours.
Nice.
It's more like a disbelief of being on the same, like walking the same footsteps or being on the same stage as the people that were larger than life to you. That's the crazy part. Like, I've gone to see. I saw James Taylor at the Hollywood Bowl. Now I'm at the Hollywood Bowl. It's not me, you know, but it feels like rite of passage in a lot of these ways. I got to do Dodger Stadium.
Wow. With
Jonas Brothers. It's like, I don't think people even get to sing at Dodger Stadium. Like, it's not even a thing to be singing at Dodger Stadium for real. People don't get to do that. No. So yeah, Dodger Stadium, Yankee Stadium was our first gig with the Joe Bros.
That's crazy.
Madison Square Garden, just to be playing in an arena at all. Like, when Duck told me we were doing Billie Eilish, like, my mind was just like, I'm singing in an arena. I got to get into shape. I don't even know what kind of shape I got to get into. You know what I'm saying? I'm not drinking. I'm not smoking. Yeah. You know, I'm working out. Like, I just wanted to be so focused. I didn't even know what that would take, you know, to be in a space like that. I just have a lot of gratitude. Sometimes I have to look back. Yeah. Because from day to day, like I said, being a musician is like, sometimes you don't have it. You know, sometimes you're just waiting. Sometimes because you're waiting, or if you equate like your worth to like your job, if you're not working, you can get stuck in your mind. So looking back is and recalling like what you've accomplished is good to do. But also even still, like those gigs don't qualify whether I'm worthy or not, whether I had done those gigs or not. But at the same time, wow, thank you, God.
Yeah.
Thank you, God. The people even just look like stars. They don't even look like, so many individuals there, so much energy. I think that's the part of it for me too. It's like, it's so many people breathing in here. So many people that came to this one spot for this one common goal, to enjoy this music or, support this artist. And you get to partake in it, or you get to get a little taste of that kind of energy. I realize that there's a small fraternity of people or a club of people who actually have experienced that kind of energy coming at you.
Yes.
And it's awe-inspiring that, I just, sometimes I'm in disbelief that I've got to have some of these experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even also playing the Blue Note with Buddy.
And Duck.
Yeah.
Yeah, play the Blue Note with Buddy. And Duck back to back.
Dope.
In January. And then with Duckwrth, we got to do the Blue Note in New York, which I felt was like kind of like genre bending, because that's the jazz capital of the world. And we did his All-American Fuckboy, Grammy nominated All-American Fuckboy album in its totality, which is like a marriage of rap and like alternative styles, little punk. You know what I'm saying? Like to give like a punk energy at the Blue Note.
Yeah.
It's like first you just kind of feel like you should tiptoe into it, but you can't. You just gotta go full throttle. Yeah. So even with the intimate venue can still be a worldwide, just the prestige. So yeah, I played the Blue Note 5 times.
Wow.
And 4 times in LA in a month span, like a month and a half span, and then 2 times in New York. So yeah, the year's been off to a really great start. Awesome. But I really, really just love performing with people from my town.
Yeah.
Or just people I have history with. You know what I'm saying? Like, buddy, I like, just like that is what means something to me. Like I'm very sentimental. So yeah, that even just added like cherries on top.
Yeah. So Buddy, when I saw you were playing with him, that was cool to me because after the George Floyd thing, I did a cover of his song Black. Because it felt very empowering in that moment, because we're all, when things like that happen, we're all, trying to process that. And that song felt very, like I said, it felt very empowering in that moment. And I, did a cover of it. And it was one of those things that it did get some traction online, but there was also a lot of people like, well, if I did a song saying white, 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 then I'd be, all that kind of stuff. So, which, like anytime I get like hate like that, I'm like, thank you. You're like helping you're helping actually spread it. So like,
it still goes towards the algorithm. It still is just a check in your,
so I'm like, thank you,
your
sir,
direction
for being a hater. Yeah.
But no, Buddy's also incredible.
Yes.
Like so much so, he's so musical, and we did it with the Don Brown Collective. That was like a beautiful, it's just like, I have a lot of respect for the people that I've been blessed to work with. I've yet to work with someone that, I'm in awe of a lot of the talent that I get to work with. And yeah, Buddy and Duck at the Blue Note, those are also very special experiences for me, for more reasons than one. I'm just glad to be back with Duck as well.
Yeah.
Because we had a little hiatus.
Okay.
So yeah, being back on stage with him, that feels like home.
Yeah. Nice.
For sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Super dope. So now let's talk about the Juice Joint. We talked about that some earlier.
Yes.
And that's where we actually met.
Yes.
And it's been a minute since we met. That was like quite a bit ago. But so the Juice Joint's been going for
decades.
a decade. Yeah.
Well, I'm like not many decades, but over a decade.
Like a decade. Yeah.
Over a decade for sure.
Like a decade, yeah. So yeah, tell us, for those who may not know, what is the Juice Joint? And yeah.
The Juice Joint is an open mic jam session created by Melanesia Hunter, the great hippie chick. And if through the doors of the Juice Joint, like so many musicians and artists have grown. It's like an incubator. It's a community event. It's a very pro-Black space, but very welcoming space. Our motto is starve the ego, feed the soul. It's a place to grow. It's a place to express. I have grown, and just like the artist that I am, the voice that I am, even the woman that I am. Like I've grown so much in that space. We've gone through different eras. My first Juice Joint was at Chaos Network in Leimert. And I feel like maybe there were 10 people in there. It was really intimate. I just walked in the door. Somebody passed me a mic. I introduced myself on the mic. And I just knew that like, I'm trying to be wherever this is at.
Yeah.
I want to be here. I want to partake. I want to sow. I want to give. And I've planted a lot of seeds there, but I've borne a lot of fruit as well. I'm really grateful to Mel. She's one of my closest friends. But I've seen like the fruits of her labor in real time. There's so much community. Yes. Like so many people I'm mentioning to you.
Yes.
We met there.
Yeah.
You know, so I built family in that space. And if you're looking for somewhere to go, like if you're a musician or an artist and you just don't have community, if you're a person that just loves music and you want to be somewhere that's not Hollywood, like if you're from LA and someone calls you Hollywood, it's a diss. Like you're not, like being Hollywood is not cute. That means you're disingenuous, you're inauthentic. You know, you're not really in it. Like the Juice Joint, yes, many of us work. Yes, there might be some celebrity musicians coming out of there, hanging out there, but it's about the soul. It's about the person. It's like about hugging your neighbor. And yeah, that's just the marriage of like music, family, good food. Mel's from Bessemer, Alabama. And I think she just always wanted to cultivate something that felt like home.
Southern hospitality vibe.
Yes. And that's exactly what she's done. The next Juice Joint, well, I don't know when this is going to air, but it just last Monday of the month, if we're doing it, that's where it's going down. We're at Kiss Kiss Bang Bang these days at the Lion Hotel. And if you're looking for us, it's THA Juice Joint. And that's just Bill.
Yeah. No, it's a super dope community vibe. Last time I was in there was probably, I don't know, 6 months ago. And I run into Daryl Camper, who I used to play ball with him, but like I've run into him again recently at a ASCAP event. But you know, he produced for her and like all these people. He's worked with Justin Bieber and like all these people. So he hangs out there. Duran Bernard,
born and raised Juice Joint family.
Yeah, like when I used to go there back in the day, I used to see him
singing down.
Yes,
we're very proud of our Grammy-winning cousin.
Yeah, he just won a Grammy. Yeah,
very proud. So, you know, the whole team, like the whole squad, like that's home base. You know, Mel started something beautiful. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Jairus Mosey, J-Mo, the great. But like they were touring with Lil Wayne back in the day. Mel's a makeup artist. And so like she's not a musician. So people were like, how did she even get into this space? Because she was working with these incredible musicians and touring with them, and they became like family. And they'd come back off the road and be at her house kicking it and just making the most beautiful vibes and music on the couch. And she's like, man, people need to know. People need to know. But like J-Mo is one of the greatest producers like and guitar players of our time right now. You know, so even like, you know, this space has, I feel like, a few generations at this point worth of talent and respectable musicians and artists. And we always come back home. Yeah.
Nice. Liv, how can people find you?
You can find me. I want to go, you can find me in St. Louis rolling on dubs. No, you can find me on all streaming platforms. And I'm really on Instagram. I don't know if that ages me or whatever, but Just Liv Music, JustLivMusic. That's where you can find out like where I'm doing my next show, when my next song is coming out, which there is more coming. Soon come. But yeah, on all streaming platforms, there's a lot of different styles of music that I have put out into the world, and a lot of it, the goal is just to heal, bring joy, talk about life, meditate on love. So if you just come check out my things. There's a menagerie of styles to listen to, but it's all rooted in Liv. Yeah.
That's what's up. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for watching. If there was something in particular that you got out of this, definitely let us know in the comments. Please like, please subscribe. And if there's somebody who you feel like could get something out of this episode, go ahead and shoot it to them. We'll catch you next time.